What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Road to Glory. Lots to talk about today, including who I did my second red pick on, a bit of a debrief of FUT Champs now that I'm not grumpy and tilted from playing 11 or 12 games of FUT Champs in one day, with lots of them going to extra time and penalties, one guy quitting in the 80th minute when I got a penalty. It was a bit of a tilter. I left a little bit too many games to the Monday, and we got to 15 games, and then just went and just fell off a cliff. It didn't play very good. So we clutched 14, as you guys know, but we missed out on the second red FUT Champs pick for this season. But we've already got one in our Iwobi, and we've got another one now. However, it's actually not been my red pick. Allow me to introduce you to Green Cafu. I feel like this is going to be quite a controversial topic in the comment section, so I am open to hearing your guys' opinion of what you think about this. I personally think it looks class. I don't think icons look very good red, but I feel like Cafu actually works as a green card, and he's got the green Brazil badge. His picture looks pretty cold. I like it, and I think it's a little bit different as well, which is pretty cool. So there we are, Green Cafu. Unfortunately, no second red pick to put onto Queen Selma or something like that and give her the one with the extra bit of gold around the edge because we're class at this game and got 14 wins on average every week. We didn't, because he played with a full Everton team, and that's okay. Now, things to talk about is custom tactics. I was scared to change my custom tactics because I got better at the game, and I got better at the game whilst using these custom tactics. I can show you guys what they are. People ask me about them all of the time. I have copied over one of them. We're going to come on to this, but this is essentially the same thing, just mirrored. 65 depth, 32 on width, direct passing, plays in the box on 5, corners and free kicks is pretty much personal preference, direct passing, balanced. The only thing that I swapped around is currently we have Basha getting forward, Iwobi on this side to come back. The players have changed because we're changing up the formation. He'll come back on defence, and Cafu will stay back. It was the opposite way around. Oh, and the right centre mid goes wide, whilst these two cover centre to make a 4-4-2. Mine was mirrored, so it was actually the right back getting forward, and the left centre mid would go wide, and the right centre forward would come back. It's the same thing. It doesn't really matter. That was what we were rocking with, and we played with it quite a lot, and we never ever tweaked it at all. And now, in hindsight, thinking back, I reckon if I had to drop my depth, maybe just to like 55 or something like that, we might have conceded a lot less goals. Because we didn't necessarily have, for a lot of the time, the most OP defence. I mean, my defence is now pretty bloody good, but there was a lot of the time we were playing Iwobi right back. We've played nearly 500 games, 456 games with Jared Bramthwaite, who is class, don't get me wrong, but he's not Van Dijk and Thunderstruck Varane and Blanc and Maldini and all that sort of stuff. And we don't have a particularly defensively oriented, at least, play style. So we did leave us, we left ourselves exposed on the counter-attack, is probably the best way to put it. I know we've got Vieira, I know we've got Van Dijk, but when they're on 65 depth and in the opponent's half, we were liable to get caught on a counter. But I was absolutely fine with it, and we were playing class, and I didn't want to change it. And to be honest with you, aside from matching people who are infinitely better than me at this game, the only time we ever struggled was against 4-4-2. And I think, speaking to James today, he points out a very good thing for that and why that was. My formation sets up with 3 and 3. 3 forwards, 3 centre mids. A 4-4-2 has 4 and 4. And one of the most broken things on this game, at the start of the game before they patched it, was 3-back formations, where I used to play it, where you tell your left mid and right mids to come back on defence, and it makes a 5-back, but they get forward and attack. But then they leg it back at the speed of light. And you guys might have seen that viral clip of the guy measuring the screen with Van Dijk, where he's like 3 inches away and he's dived into a tackle and then he auto sprints back and catches R9 Ronaldo. It's mental what defensive recovery speed does. They've nerfed that for 3-back and 5-back, but it's still the same for every other formation. So 4-4-2 is an absolute nightmare to play against because people put their Mbappe left mid and they'll put Dembele right mid, and they tell them to both come back on defence but also get into the box for crosses and get in behind, and you have 2 banks of 4 where it's impossible to pass the ball through and then get counter-attacked by 6 people, and it's mental. So, in hindsight, looking back, we probably should have set up a custom tactic, such as a 4-2-3-1 perhaps, where it has 5 in midfield to overwhelm the 4. Never bothered to do it. Played the same thing for a full month of FUT Champs whilst trying to get better at the game because I didn't want to change anything. I now feel like I'm quite good at the game. We can start to experiment a little bit. Would I have done better if my 4-3-2-1 had less depth? Would I have done better if my 4-3-2-1 had possession instead of direct passing? Was not quite so narrow? Had this, had that, etc. Or would I do better if I played a completely different formation? Now, there's a guy on Twitter who I want to give a shout out to because you guys keep tagging me in his tweets. He's at div10moment. Now, initially, when you guys kept tagging me in some of the who's in div 10 and their custom tactics, I was a bit apprehensive. But I've been tagged in it so many times now that I want to give it a go. So, he's created a 4-5-1 second variation initially and has now brought out a 4-1-4-1, which he says is basically the same characteristics but a little bit more solid defensively. You're not quite as likely to get caught on a ridiculous counter-attack because your whole team's bombed forwards. And that is 4-1-4-1. So, this is what we've got the team set up like. He said, and I quote, CDM, high defensive work rate, medium attacking. That's Patrick Vieira. Right centre mid, use cards such as Zidane. Tick that off as well. He's listed some of ones. We've got Zidane, class. Good shooting stats needed. And you set them to get forward and attack. And he said for the left centre mid, you want box-to-box high work rates. We have the perfect one in Doucouré. You then have classic wingers and a striker. We've got Danjuma. When we open our Team of the Year packs, we will replace him with Eusebio. You have one fullback set to stay back, and you have the other one set to get forward. We've decided to let Basha have a go at attacking instead of Cafu. The other option that we've got to try is 4-2-4, courtesy of one of the mods of my Twitch stream, where he is adamant that this thing is good. And I've actually been tagged in some other custom tactics from some other accounts, which are eerily similar. And it's as if like Callum somehow stumbled his way across actual good custom tactics himself, where other people who are like testing different stuff and know really meta stuff have actually got weirdly similar stuff. Fast build up and possession is an interesting one. High depth again, so got to be a little bit careful there. When we move into the instructions, you see this is the stupidness. This is where you tell your wingers to come back but also get in behind and get in the box. And they basically make a 4-4-2, but then attack with ridiculous amounts of people to pass to. So we've got Iwobi and Paulo Futre. Zidane is just up front with Danjuma for now. But this is the interesting part. One is a target player and one is getting behind. I've seen this on other people's custom tactics where one is false 9 and one is getting behind. And then this is all pretty standard. Stay back, cover centre. One of them gets forward, one of them doesn't. These both stay back. So we've got some jazzy custom tactics to try out, which is what we're going to be doing today. And if you guys have got any other ones and any other suggestions for the team, I know it's quite often a commented thing on this Road to Glory. Why are you not using a full Everton team? It seems to be one of the most common questions. I mean, I've got a few Everton players in. We've got Brownthwaite, Doucouré, and Danjuma. And Iwobi, I guess, technically, if we're doing past and present. People get very hung up on that. What I find enjoyable on this game is trying new players out, trying new formations out, trying new custom tactics out, and just trying to improve. I feel like we've spent a month trying to get good at this game, and we've done a really good job of it, where we've got 14 wins 3 times, 16 wins once, and we got 11 when we ran a full Everton team. I think that's established myself as, okay, I'm actually good at this game now. Let's try some different stuff out. Let's try some different formations. Let's try some different custom tactics. Let's try and get to the point where I can say, okay, I'm going to go into a game, and I've got a formation and custom tactic that counters whatever the other person is going to do. So if they're not playing 4-4-2, I can play my 4-3-2-1 and we'll batter them. But if they are and I'm struggling, we can switch to 4-1-4-1, or we can switch to 4-2-4, or we can switch to 4-4-2 or 4-2. That is the end goal. Now, other things to talk to you guys about are Evos, where Calvert-Lewin, I forgot to put him in stop right there, but it doesn't actually matter because we might be putting him into an SBC and putting Calvert-Lewin into all of the free Evos that are out for a striker at the moment. Team of the Year striker prospect, skill moves training, and weak foot training. You can put him into all of them. He gets 4-star, 4-star, and he becomes better than what he would have been if I put him in stop right there. It's kind of crazy. The other one is the glitched Onana, which we haven't done. We've put Tarkovsky and keep up instead. So we'll come on to that in another episode if we do end up discarding our Calvert-Lewin and starting again. And I'm not going to go on a big rant about how frustrating it is with Evos and how EA sold them to me, as you pick a player that you love and you slowly progress them through the game. And then it is now Team of the Year, and they're dropping Evos that require a card that is 79 or 77 rated, as if I haven't already Evos all of my favourite players with all of the other Evos that you've been bringing out for the past 3 months. Give me an Evo to upgrade Branthwaite, to upgrade James Garner, to upgrade Harrison better before I put him into finisher, to upgrade... Why? Why do you want me to quick sell Calvert-Lewin and start again? There's also people telling me to quick sell this Branthwaite and start again because you can put him into Patrick Hu and then Team of the Year Visionary, and he's a centre-back with Anticipate Plus, which, whilst very good, he is a centre-back with the stats of an 82 whilst being rated at like 89 or 90. We will not be doing that. That's a terrible idea. This one that I have has the stats of an 85. If you go on like the rating pair position thing on Footbin, and also has quite good play styles, power header, aerial, long ball, very good for a centre-back. We just need to get some defensive ones on him. So, EA, please, it's Team of the Year, for the love of God. Release some Evos that allow us to make our favourite players that we've played 456 games with a bit better, because Team of the Year's out now and the power curve has moved on. Please, I don't want to start a 77 rated centre mid when I already have an 87 rated Doucouré. Now that that's out the way, let's jump in and we'll play some Foot Champs qualies, and we're going to kick it off by trying out 4-1-4-1, which should, in theory, create beautiful tiki-taka passing football. Let's get into it and see. All right, here we are. We're jumping into some Foot Champs qualies. Hopefully, we're playing against a very good team and a very good player, and it's going to give a really good, accurate representation of what these custom tactics are like. This does not look like that is the case. He's got Team of the Year Putellas, first owner, and a gold squad. Is this someone who's done the pack glitch and packed Putellas and is now working towards a good... Surely they just have every SBC done. What on earth is that? All right, anyway. These custom tactics are my ultra defensive, so we've popped it on that. We are now playing 4-1-4-1. Okay, so this is going to take a bit of getting used to. Just in terms of like where the passing triangles are. But so far, it looks like we've got a lot of people rushing forward, and we probably should have scored because I asked for a Travella. All right, interesting. What's it like defensively is the question. Is Vieira going to come back into this gap? Are we going to get skinned by Chukwueze? Looks like it. Doucouré's covering her well, though. Okay, some of it's probably me and just getting used to the defensive patterns, and this guy's actually weirdly good at this game. But it does feel a little bit exposed at the back. And I am also so used to attacking down the right that I'm trying to send Cafu forward when he's meant to be the one that stays back. So that's something that I'm definitely going to have to get into the habit of doing, is using Basher instead. And then it will probably be a lot more balanced. Go on then. Go on then. Pen ref. Okay, we'll have a pen. All right. First impressions seem to be a lot more options going forwards, but also this guy's team is not the best. It's going to take... And the guy who created them, Div 10 Moment, does say it's going to take like at least 5 games of playing with each custom tactic in order to properly evaluate them. So what we'll probably do is play a game with the 4-2-4 ones after this, and then I'll go away and play a mixture of the both of them and see which one I prefer and give you guys a bit of feedback on them. Okay, this guy's... Alex Iwobi, that is filthy, mate. This guy's going to quit, and that is the end of game number 1 with them. You can actually... like, let's be balanced, and let's make a objective suggestion. This guy's playing 4-3-3 with a absolutely bizarre team. That is not necessarily the best indicator of how good this team can be. However, it is very noticeably different where... my players are making runs and stuff, and where the options and passes are, and it's patterns that I'm not used to, and I'm going into like looking for a pattern that's there, and it's not there anymore. So it's going to take a bit of getting used to, but it's incredibly different, which is fun, and which I'm looking forward to trying out. So I think what I'll do, because he didn't get a full game then, let's jump into another one, and let's go 4-1-4-1 again. All right, this is still not the most meta, sweaty Foot Champs team you've ever seen, but at least it's better than the last guys. Well, the last guy was weirdly good at the game. So... Ultra defensive, 4-1-4-1. Instantly gives me the ball. Okay. Okay. Van der Sar is an absolute liability on this game. And this guy's very sweaty. He knows the stupid little flick the ball up and it makes your players run faster. And he's got a cross with Raheem Sterling. All right. Okay. What is this guy's defending? What is he doing? All right, Zinedine, have a goal from centre mid, mate. No worries. Okay. Still undecided. Still playing people who are crackers. But I do... Well done, Andy. I do like how many runners you get from midfield. And how many options you have going forward. Compared to 4-3-2-1, where it's quite often all of your players are already just stood on top of each other. Unless you find, in my case, my right back, the full back who you set to get forward. Alright, we've actually got quite a lot of options. We've actually got quite a lot of options up front. Alright, I need to get used to the defending and who I should be pulling back to mark the passes and stuff. But this seems quite nice. Another one for Doucouré. Oh, you're kidding. Maybe another one for Doucouré, yeah. Nope, this guy is obsessed with a slide tackle. Okay, initial impressions. I'm very much liking this going forward. I don't know what Bash is doing here. Getting an assist. Thanks to Danjuma. Absolutely sitting him down. This guy's not great that I'm playing against. So I can't comment on how many wins I would get with this, but in terms of like the attacking patterns, it does actually seem quite nice. Oh, Basher. You're kidding me, game. I've manually defended that perfectly. There's nothing, that's nothing to do with the custom tactics. That's just EA. Because we can't slander the custom tactics for that. Alex Iwobi at the back sticks. Basher getting forward instead of the right back could be a revelation. The only thing I would maybe notice is my centre mids get a bit more tired than they perhaps would usually. But we've got some decent subs that we could do, I guess. So for the high one, if we swap Doucouré for Joe Linton, the striker, we could swap Danjuma for Kane or Rooney or Muller. I think I'll swap Danjuma for Kane and then Muller for Paulo Futre, and then bring Rooney on centre mid instead of Zidane. Because he's got... Oh, he's high, but I guess he's good at getting forward and shooting and stuff like that as well. We'll give it a go. So Wobi's power chip through ball thingy-majigs. There we go. You don't even have to do a good pass when you're doing a chip through ball or a long ball for Iwobi, and it just goes to your player every single time. The game just decides that it's going to because he's got long ball plus. Oh my god, what is this guy trying to do? It seems decent so far. Definitely a candidate for playing against 4-4-2. At minimum, definitely a candidate for try 4-3-2-1, and if we're not getting much success with it, change to this, and we'll have a significantly different attacking style of play. And we've got Iwobi to do that, which is just beautiful. Just so good. Okay. Good first omens, to be honest with you. What we're going to do is we're going to play a couple of games with the 4-2-4 now instead. So let's just jump straight into another game. Lots of gameplay in this episode. And see what this is like. Similar sort of setup. Let's see. Okay. A better opponent, please. Yes. Much better. Much better. All right, now we're talking. Look at that Barcola, by the way, from the Evo glitch. Insane. Much better. Right, this is a real test of the 4-2-4 now. Is he on? Is he through? He is, and he's got Travella. And he's absolutely mudded it. Apparently, that Barcola isn't even a glitch. It's just a mad combo. Maybe I should have ball rolled and just kicked it around him. I thought the chip would work, but he chipped it with his weak foot for some reason. Okay. Again, lots of options going forward. This is nice. But so far, very exposed in defense. Interesting. Okay. All right, do you know what? Fair enough. It can be very, very flown on the counter-attack. It perhaps doesn't suit my style of play as much as the other one. The other one's catered to passing it round, which is what I always try to do anyway. Well, that's a foul. Which, this one seems very, very counter-attack versus counter-attack. Because you're playing 4-2-4. Oh my god, that was a tackle. What is going on? You leave yourself very exposed to get countered. But similarly, when you counter-attack them, you have so many people flooding forwards that you basically guaranteed to get a chance at goal. Okay, I mean, some of it's just me, and I'm doing really nice dribbling with Zidane, and some of it is definitely having the options there to pass to, because he's got too many people to mark when we're getting forward. It was the same with the other one. Like, we've gone from having a couple of... If you've got the ball with Kane, you've got two people to pass to in front. Look now, I've got Doucouré. I fell over the ball, but I've got Doucouré. I could have passed it back to Iwobi, and we had two other people, my two other forwards, running through as well. All right, half-time. Started off hating 4-2-4. Finished off absolutely battering this guy and being all over him. Probably should have scored a few more goals. What I'm going to do, though, in the interest of fairness, because I think if we'd have played 4-2-4 against the first two people, we would have won about 8-0. And they would never any really threat going forwards, or not too much at least anyway. So we're going to play the second half in the 4-1-4-1. Because this guy's actually good and actually got a good team. And it'll be a much fairer representation of the 4-1-4-1 custom tactics. And we can kind of compare them person v person. And immediately, I'm seeing a lot more passing options going forward, which seem to suit my style of play a bit better. Could just be confirmation bias because that was a kickoff. But that was nice. Ah, that's a great ball. Van der Sar is so bad on this game. It makes me... It's painful that I've packed this guy twice. Honestly, give me Team of the Year check, please, when I open all of my packs. Okay, this formation's quite good. This formation seems quite good. I'm still struggling defensively, so maybe that's just something I need to work on myself, because all formations I've been struggling defensively. Even my 4-3-2-1, I've been struggling to get the ball back off people. And erratically dragging my centre-backs out of position trying to get it. Oh, that was doing such a nice goal. Okay, we are cooking with the 4-4-1-1, or 4-1-4-1, I should say. You've not just given me a foul when I was about to score. Yeah, you are silly. And you've just kicked the ball off the pitch. What a great game. What a truly spectacular sporting experience. Oh my god, where's my midfield gone? What a finish as well. Okay, I'm struggling defensively with both of them. I think I'm struggling defensively just in general at the moment on this game. My defending's not been very good. But I think I like the passing positions of the 4-1-4-1 better. I just need to remember to attack down the left, not the right. Oh, that was nice. There we go. That was good. That was good. That was nicely worked. Player locked it into Harry Kane and then knocked it around the corner with the incisive pass. Okay. Interesting data. First half, played quite good with 44, was winning 2-1. Second half, conceded 2 goals but scored 3. Hard to pick, if I'm honest with you. Both of them seem really nice. I think 4-1-4-1 suits my... I mean, look at the XG. It's basically perfectly as it should be. It's a very deserved win. We probably could have scored a few more. I guess both of them can just be an option. They're just a bit different from each other, and we can try and work out when's best to use each one. I think what I'll do is I'll go away and play a few more games, try and match up against some good people, and then come back to you and give you guys some actual proper good feedback on what I think of them, rather than just me playing a couple of games and being like, oh, this one feels quite nice. Let's go play some actual games, and then I'll come back and give you guys the rundown. Okay, we are back. We are now using a combination of 4-2-4 first half, 4-1-4-1 second half, 5-0 in FUT Champs qualies, which it is only FUT Champs qualies, but apart from the first two games, the next three people we've played have actually been really good at the game. Initial thoughts is I still need a little bit more time to get used to them, but I wanted to, I guess, round this video off just so you guys have got some content to watch, just to keep you guys up to speed with what I'm getting up to, and just as we tick over towards full team release coming out, and you guys see me open all of my packs, which is going to be very exciting. I wanted to show you my green Cafu, and I wanted to show you the new formation and tactics we're trying out. Also very excited to get Eusebio in for Danjuma. It's going to be a huge upgrade. I think I'll move Danjuma to Paulo Futre's position and just crack on. Anyway, what I want to say actually is the 4-1-4-1 is class. This is really nice. The Div 10 moments tactics seem really nice, and I find a lot of good passing positions and stuff like that. The 4-2-4, less my style, and I've made a couple of tweaks to it. I've changed Paulo Futre to come short, and I've changed Owobi to come short instead of getting behind. We can carry on testing it, and I think it definitely has a place in my arsenal of like different custom tactics to use, but it's not the one that suits my style of play. Now, if I'm playing against somebody who, I don't know, maybe playing against someone who's 4-4-2 and just trying to smash me on the counter-attack, this would be very good, because then we could hit them back on the counter-attack. Whereas in normal circumstances, I was enjoying this one a lot more. So I think I will keep the 4-2-4, and I have one here that I never ever changed to, that I just randomly made up myself. So I think I'll move this 4-2-4 to my ultra-attacking crap, I really need a goal, and this guy's just playing counter-attack football. There's definitely room to try more ones. This Div 10 moment one is really good, and they've got more. There's a 4-5-1-2 version that's meant to be quite similar. I really like this, and would very much implore you guys to give it a go. A lot of nice passing goals can be scored. Goals where you pass it through the middle and are like, oh my god, I've just scored a really nice goal. Now, the thing I need to work on is my finishing. And Danjuma's not been tucking the chances away, and he wasn't doing that in Champs either. Which is weird, because he's got 92 finishing, 91 attacking positioning. He's only got 82 composure, actually. I've never realised that before. Maybe that's what it is. EA need to bring an Evo out that upgrades composure, and I don't think Danjuma would probably be eligible for it because he's got 90 reactions. Dobbin really suffers from it, from missing easy chances and stuff, just because of composure and reactions. And it's something I would implore you guys to be careful of when doing glitched Evos or exploited Evos to get 99 rated players. I seen a guy who was like a 97 rated centre-back doing loads of Evo exploits, and he had 74 composure. And as somebody who's used Lewis Dobbin with 74 reactions and 76 composure, I would say be very wary of that, and be very wary of spending hundreds of thousands of coins on lots of different Evos to turn a bronze player 99 rated, because I'll be honest with you, they're probably going to still be terrible. And it's really annoying, and EA need to bring an Evo out that just upgrades reactions and composure. But aside from that, I would say good first impressions of the new custom tactics, and would very much recommend you guys try them out too. I'm looking forward to opening all my packs when the full team and the icons drop. So we're probably going to start off FUT Champs running this team. But I do also need to sell, and I've got absolutely crap loads of it, of fodder. So there's going to be a lot of liquid coins to play around with. Like, there's some 85s, which I say overpaid. This is the price they were at the time. They've dipped down and then never quite recovered. They're about 4,400. So potential loss there, but it's better to sell them by Friday anyway, even if I lose some coins, because they're going to dip again when everyone opens all their packs, and we can just buy back in. But I've got other fodder that has actually gone up, and we will be making some coins off, and informs that are hopefully going to go up in price as the Kante SBC and stuff like that comes out. So coins to be made, which is exciting. And we can maybe treat ourselves to... Could we treat ourselves to a Ginola? Or could we treat ourselves to an Eto'o? Because everyone spams all of their packs on Friday, and we pick a Samuel Eto'o up to go up front. That could be pretty sick. What's he saying these days? There's one for 580 that hasn't sold. That could be something to do on the Friday. Sell him at the end of FUT Champs. Maybe a Ginola for the Everton team. He's under $1 million now as well. All right, we're getting there, you know. We're getting there. But I just wanted to make a video, catch up with you guys, keep this road to glory a bit more regular, not have too much going on in every single video. Tried some new custom tactics. They seem class. 10 out of 10 would recommend. Div 10 moment out of 10 would definitely recommend. So shout out to that guy. Shout out to you guys for supporting Road to Glory. And I'll catch you guys later for another video.